Alright, hello and welcome to the video. My name is Wade Smith. And let me first of all say that I can still get some of my kicks up, in spite of being significantly out of practice and overweight. I can still get some of my kicks up to chin level with knockout power. The issue is I have never, even when I was 20 years old, I have never relied on head kicks to defeat an opponent, first of all, is the first issue. And the reason is because even when I could get my heel all the way up to eyeball level when I was 20 years old, all right, I knew, and my sensei knew, that it was way too risky to throw a high kick against a real black belt because it's way too easy to block a high kick. That's part of the reason why we didn't do a lot of high kicks. He didn't say don't throw high kicks, but we didn't do a lot of high kicks in the dojo because it was easy enough to block mid-level kicks, much less high kicks. Let me show you something. All right, so by the time you get your foot off the ground up to head level, guess what? I can easily do this right here and block your high kick. I can easily totally step back and be completely out of the way of your high kick. Understand? And if I can block your high kick, I can grapple your high kick and apply a lock. It's that simple. This dude on what's his name, Nat Hearns or Hearns, something like that. He's got like a video that he records on his smartphone off one of those stands that he does all of his videos on. And he's got really good high kicks, and that's not the issue. The issue is he was mocking practicing counterattack combinations in karate katas and forms. Well, we know from real street self-defense that Seisan kata and the American Kenpo karate 5 swords combination really do work for street self-defense. We know because we've had blue and green belt women successfully kick the tar out of 2 adult male attackers, simultaneously attacking them. And what they used was the 5 swords combo from American Kenpo Karate and Seisan Kata from Isshinryu Karate. All right. So don't go mocking multi-strike forms that are practiced for counterattack combinations until you try it. Because he was suggesting that just throwing a good right cross was better than practicing multi-strike and multi-lock combinations. And I wrote back to him and I'm like, I can actually get off the entire combo of 5 swords, the double chop block, and all 5 counterattacks in less than 1 second at full speed. And I can actually get in the entire heel hook or an entire wrist lock in about 1/20th of a second. Okay? So don't go mocking that. But the point is, if you can kick me and get a kick high enough to hit me in the head, I'm only 5'9", I'm not that tall, all right? So some people can kick 6 feet tall, 6.5 feet. But let's just say, above horizontal, for every degree that your kick goes above horizontal, that's a horizontal kick about belt, not level, all right? For every degree that your kick goes above horizontal, you lose about 1% off of your kicking power. 1.1% actually, but who's counting? About 1.1% off of your kicking power, all right? So if you're kicking at my head, you're losing a good 75 to 90% of your kicking power to begin with. All right? Number 2, guess what? Your fists are already right there at my head. So why are you worried about using a weapon that starts on the floor when your fists are punching from standing guard to hit me in the head? Number 3, 99% of roundhouse kicks that I see that are head kicks in the UFC are roundhouse kicks off the back foot, which are even slower than straight kicks. So not only are you not going straight for the head, you're kicking completely around like Israel Adesanya. Well, guess what? Simple law of mathematics: the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. Before you can roundhouse kick me in the head, I can straight kick you in the solar plexus. Even if I see you start to roundhouse kick me in the head, I have time to block your roundhouse kick and simultaneously counterattack with a straight kick to the solar plexus, which is precisely why Sean Strickland beat Israel Adesanya. Precisely why Sean Strickland beat Israel Adesanya. Because every time Israel Adesanya started to throw a roundhouse kick, So on Strickland, just simply blocked it and threw a straight kick. All right. And so don't tell me you can't block a roundhouse kick to the head. It is literally the slowest attack to the head that the human body can throw is a roundhouse kick, with the possible exception of a side kick to the head. Which is why I also mock point sparrers, because for some reason they think a side kick is the fastest kick, and it's actually the slowest kick. I can back kick faster than I can side kick. I can front snap kick faster. I can front thrust kick. I can forward angle kick. I can even cross heel stomp kick faster than you can side kick me. And blocking a side kick is as simple as leg checking. Same thing for a roundhouse. If you throw a mid-level roundhouse, guess what? I made a wall between my knee and my elbow. You're not hitting my ribs. All right. If you go to my leg, I've already leg checked right there. So before I even know whether it's going low, medium, or high, I'm doing this. And if I think it's going high, it's not that big a deal to go there and block the high kick. Okay. So you're not going to hit me in the head. You're hardly ever going to hit me at all with a roundhouse kick, because I know, because I used to spar second, third, and fourth degree black belts, and they almost never managed to hit me with a roundhouse kick anywhere, much less the head. The only time people manage to hit me with kicks is with a kick is when they've used straight kicks, to be honest with you. When you throw, just like I explained this on one of the other videos, the boxer's bad hook punch out here somewhere, out here, or even looping way the hell out here. All right. The only reason that ever works in boxing is because, number one, you're not allowed to do a full parry in boxing. And number two, you're not allowed to evade and flank your opponent in boxing. Because if you hit somebody on the side or back of the head, it's called a rabbit punch, and you get points deducted. You get one warning, and then you get points deducted. So boxing is a totally inferior martial art to, say, Isshinryu and Shorinryu and Goju-ryu Karate and Uchi-ryu Karate, which are all pretty much related and have most of the same katas. So when you high kick, guess what? If I can block your hook punch, I can also block your roundhouse kick. How stupid is that? Your hook punch is a much closer weapon. So obviously, if I can block your hook punch, which is coming twice as fast as any roundhouse kick on earth, then obviously I can block your roundhouse kick. So why are you even wasting energy throwing a high roundhouse kick to the head? The only reason that works is because some dummies in the UFC keep their hands down by their waist. All right? And the only reason Kamaru Usman got knocked out by Leon Edwards is because for some reason Kamaru Usman usually is not bad about this. Usually he keeps his hands up. But on that day, he dropped his hands down by his waist and pow, the lights went out. He immediately got knocked out. That was his own damn fault. He made a white belt level mistake.